49-37, Larinaga's team trails. (49-37) Radford. Art Parakowski has played 25 minutes, and he's got 22 points.
Very impressive outing both on the offensive end and the defensive end. He's been very active, and sometimes, Jim, when you're active on defense, it creates offense for yourself, too. Great pair of hands. He's been a load. He's run the floor. Here he shoots a nice little shot off of his left shoulder. He's somebody who's going to be very difficult for Mason to guard one-on-one. Mason's got to get back and put another guy on him and also prevent him from catching that basketball, which is much easier said than done tonight.
Well, you have to respect a confident athlete. You saw the grimace as he ran back the court as he just said, you know what, you can't stop me. I'm going to keep going at you. And you know what, if he does, why not? There's the shooting percentages. Mason just 3 out of 15 in the second half. And there's the alley-oop. And the slam.
And Jim, how do you say you can't stop me in Belarus?
I don't know, but maybe we can work on that. Meantime, a much-needed basket for George Mason. Maybe they're watching us tonight in Minsk.
Much needed from Cam Long, too. They got to do a better job of trying to get him going. And Cam Long's got to be a little bit more aggressive, too, and get himself going offensively.
You're big in the international scene from your days at Georgetown, aren't you?
Yes, certainly.
Trifunovic. And the friendly home court roll.
That one-handed shot, again, is tough to guard. If you're shooting the ball with one hand, you can protect the ball a lot better than you can when you have to bring that second hand to the basketball to shoot it.
Radford now has 3 players in double figures in points. That's how you win games, balance. 3rd double-double this year for Trifunovic, who actually leads Radford tonight in rebounds. Paranowski does not. Whistle inside, so a foul on Radford. Only the 4th foul on Radford. They did not go over the limit in the first half. Jim Larinaga looking for his team to go towards the basket and draw some fouls in this half. And finally getting to the line is George Mason.
Sherrod Wright's done a very good job of driving the ball to the basket. Missed that layup a couple possessions ago. Did a good job of picking up the foul this last play. I like this freshman. I think he's going to end up being a good player. He can play some small forward for Jim. He also can play 2 guard. When he gets comfortable, he'll know when to drive, when not to drive. He picked up that offensive foul a couple possessions ago, too, when he drives. But he's got the quickness to be able to get to the basket and also be able to shoot the ball from the outside. From the same high school, Mount Vernon, as Ben Gordon, NBA player right now with the Detroit Pistons, who also played at Connecticut.
Breaking the French, Lynch floor happened to get in there, and that's going to be an offensive foul.
Good play by Williams. Anticipated Lynch floor being out of control. And again, this is something, if I'm Brad Greenberg, is something I'm going to be concerned about right now. You don't want to turn the basketball over. Mason's going to have to pick up their full court defense. Really smart play by the freshman.
Cornelius got off to a quick start to begin the half. There's a 3. Won't go. And Parakowski will be called on the reach-in.
Good position by Williams. Cornelius did a good job of coming off that screen. Perakowski's got to step up a little bit to contest that shot. Williams rolls to the basket right here, gets inside position, anticipates the miss, and Perakowski's got to go over his basket. Maybe the first mistake Art's made all game, Jim. Makes up for the mistake right there and got on the floor and dived for that ball. 6'11", 270, and dove on the floor.
Foul was only a second, so he's okay in that regard. Lynch floor along the baseline, goes up, and the bucket will count. He got position on Williams, went to the basket, and got it to fall.
And that's just senior strength against freshmen. Lynch floor, really good job of posting up. Big, wide base right there. Rolled off of Williams' body, and Williams had to foul him. Position like that, if you're out of position like Williams, best thing you can do is just don't let him make the layup.
Perakowski for the slam after the offensive board.
He's just too strong for Foster right there. Foster can't box out somebody that's 6'11", 270. Great hustle play by Perakowski.
57-41, largest lead of the game for Radford.
You know, when we talked to Brad today after the shoot-around, he said Art seemed angry the last two practices, and he's playing angry today. Very impressive outing by this big kid. And it's not just impressive the way he's been scoring, although his scoring is impressive. He's been impressive, dove on the floor that last possession. He's been running the court. He's been playing defense. He's been blocking shots. Really impressive outing by Perakowski.
3 substitutions, including Isaiah Tate. 19-6 run for Radford to open up this lead. 16-point lead. Turnovers just about equal. Each coach probably feeling that's too many. There's Johnson open for a shot. Doesn't go. Guess who? Perakowski up for the shot, and he draws the foul. As Mike Morrison yet again will be whistled for the foul.
And again, the shot went up, and there were 3 George Mason players around Perakowski. He's too big and too strong. Jumped up in between all 3. Morrison boxed him out, but he used his strength and his size. Quick reaction right there forced Morrison to foul him too. That's Morrison's 4th foul.
And the free throw is in. So 14 points in the first half, 11 points in the second half, and very good shooting. Of course, a lot of his shots are those high percentage near the basket shots.
Very impressive from the free throw line too. That's one of the things that we talked about earlier, was the fact he was not making his free throws.
Isaiah Tate goes in. He draws the foul. Lynch floor tried to hit the basketball, instead hit the body.
If you're Mason right now, this is exactly what you have to do. You have to drive the ball to the basket as much as you possibly can. Hopefully create foul trouble for some of Radford's better players. Get that clock to stop. The clock is your enemy right now. There's 9 minutes to go. You're down 18, and you got to make your free throws.
Tate hits on the first. Blake Smith comes back in for Radford. Lynch floor to the bench. Isaiah Tate out of DeMatha High School from Upper Marlboro, Maryland. Both teams, by the way, 7 fouls, so every foul now will be a shooting foul, as each team is over the limit. So the philosophy that Larrañaga had hoped his team would adopt in this half has worked out. Trifunovic to the basket, and it gets the nice friendly drop off the rim. They know how to use these home rims. Cam Long quickly for the shot, won't go. Ball's loose, and there's Trifunovic. 23-7 run for Radford. Inside, good anticipation there by Morrison. Here comes Mason. Morrison, the trailer, and won't go, and there is Trifunovic for the board. There's another breakaway that doesn't go for Mason.
And Morrison's got to make Radford pay for that play. He's got to make that layup. You're down 19. You got to make that layup. He made a great hustle play on defense. Great hustle play by running the floor. You got to finish the play and make the layup.
And there inside is Trifunovic. Tate bothered by Evan Faulkner, and there's a foul on Faulkner. So to the line will go George Mason.
You have a 6'8" player by Trifunovic right there. Had really good hands. Did a really good job of negotiating that baseline right there. And again, he's got a knack for shooting that ball with one hand. He's able to extend that ball away from the defense, protect the ball with his body. very effective, and he's also done a great job on the boards too.
He also did a very good job with his elbow. If you don't get caught, what not, right?